And we're live. Looks like we're definitely live. Hey Sue, what's going on? Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this out to all your socials. You name it. If you know somebody down the road, say, hey, chasing truth on. But yeah. Thank you for showing up. How am I sounding? Let's see what everything's looking like. Sitting here feeding my face with rice cream. Ice cream or ice cream? Ice cream. Okay. So that's cool. Impressive. Just rice cream. All right. Tonight, what we're going to be doing, I got a few odds and ends that we'll be talking about. May just run an hour, maybe two. I don't know. Just depends on what's happening. Took a few days off from doing anything with the show, even uploading my usual 5-6 videos a day. But rice cream. Anyway, should be live over on, I'm live on Facebook and I'm live over on Twitter and my channel, including the Dark Waters radio channel on Paranormal Radio app. And I've got me some lemonade, folks, ready to set this one out, or set this through. Woo! I hit the spot. Been trying to not drink so much coffee. Insomnia is a killer, is all I can tell you. But there you go. So how are you folks doing? Got 7 people in here already. I didn't usually do my usual spit out the social posts, but looks like there's a few filtering in here and there. So how is down under, Sue? Everything all right? Holly, Mayreed, what's going on? What is going on? And yeah, we got to say a quick prayer here in a little bit. Give me just a second. Let me pull my prayer thing up here, my prayer list. We'll get the prayer chain going. If you want to be a part of the prayer chain I've got going on, or if you just want to keep it private, you can send me SeanG at imdarkwaters.com, SHAWNG at imdarkwaters.com. Or if you want to call me, I will pray with you if you need prayer. But that being said, that's what I'm here for, outside of doing a paranormal radio show podcast. But just curious. Hello. Let's see. All right, let's get this. There is my prayer. Too many things going on here. Should have went through here a little bit earlier. All good, sucking up the morning sunshine. Yeah, you do that, don't you? Oh, my Lord. All right, here we go. I humbly ask our Lord Jesus Christ that if it be in accordance with your holy will, that all curses, evil, demonic involvement, and or attacks being sent against us be blocked and be sent back from whence it came. Dear Father, send your angels of mercy, support, and healing to Gracie, Julian, Jeff, Sharon, Guy, Patrick, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron, Erica, Kaya, Razor Wolf, my buddy. I hope you're feeling better. AJK, Claire Ellis, and Doll for spiritual strength. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. All right, folks, we got that straightened out. Chris Jarvis is in the house. So what you doing there, buddy? So what are we doing tonight? 931-994-6917, or you can text that number. Same number. And if you got a story, you can send it to SeanG at imdarkwaters.com. But I took a few days off. And if you noticed, I didn't have a lot of stuff going on my channel. I kept writing. I just didn't post anywhere anytime. But I did keep writing. But if you got any kind of stories or whatever, or if you just want to chat, I'm right here. Let's see. Share, invite. Let's go ahead and do an invite here. Copy. If you want to be a part of the show, you can do that. If you want to jump on StreamYard, StreamYard is pretty easy, simple. If you've never been on it before, it will ask you two things: access to your microphone and access to your camera. And you can deny the camera thing. So if you just want to show up as an icon or whatever, you can do that. But it's pretty simple. And I don't want to quit that. Gee whiz, I'm about ready to quit everything. There we go. Let's pop that out of here. So we got, I don't know, it actually started. The show has started. It's 9:00. So what kind of ice cream are you eating? I love blueberry ice cream. I'm a blueberry fan. I know some people love chocolate and peanut butter. It's all right. Blueberry, strawberry is my next favorite. Raspberry is right up there. I'm a berry kind of guy, but there you go. It's rice cream. Fry rye. There you go. All right. So what we're going to do right now, actually, I got a couple, three stories to show you. Actually, the first one was actually UFO sent to me by Truth earlier today. Let's see if I can still get that sucker up here. Nope. Is it? Yeah, there we go. Why are you not popping up there, boy? Well, I rebooted my computer or my Mac, and the daggum thing just didn't want to do anything. All right, so you should be able to hear this here in just a second. I think I got everything routed just right. Give me just a second, and we'll get this thing on here. And let's turn this on. So there we go. And turn this on. Should be able to hear it in just a second and see it as soon as I get this thing popped up. Share screen. So it's a UFO. Impromptu Truth, my brother, sent this to me earlier, and a couple other things. But there you go. And I think that's, I don't know what the hell that is actually. So there you go. So that's the UFO. That's all Texas, wherever that is in Texas. July 14th, 2012. Or 2022, excuse me, 2012. Gee whiz. Chico, what's going on? So we're talking ice cream tonight. Sounds like ice cream popsicles, rice ice cream popsicle. Never heard of it. I guess it's a thing. Curious has caramel ice cream thing going on. So we've got UFO footage right here from looks. Oh, really? Seriously? I just rebooted you, buddy. What the heck is going on there? Sometimes I wonder what's going on with my internet. My internet has been screwy. Hey, Lakea, what's going on, huh? And then Wendy. What we're looking at right now is UFO from Texas on July 14th, 2022. And you can always call 931-994-6917. And there you go. So let me stop this down here. And then stop this over here. Where the heck is it? I got too many buttons. Nope, that's the wrong button, Sean. But ready to stop the stream. Shouldn't do that, Sean. All right, there you go. So, how you guys doing? Mine's screwy too. What are we talking about? The sun. Hold on just a second. Let me see what the sun's doing. The sun today, according to my handy dandy app, disaster prediction. I'll show you the app here in just a second. I love this thing. I've owned this app for a while. Looks like the C class almost up to, like midway between C and M class. The lower scale of it today for, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. See, and I haven't had so much of a. Usually, if it gets up into the C range, definitely in the M range, X range, I've got headaches from all crazy notions. I wake up with it, and I just can't do that. Just screws with my head. Big Cole, brother, what is up with you, buddy? I ain't seen you in a few days. Really think there are UFOs that are not from this planet. I would dare say there is. You'd have to go back to that thing in '56 over in Roswell. I think it was '56 or '50s for sure. Have you, hey, Wendy, have you had any more Bigfoot activity? I haven't been paying attention to your live stream here in the last little bit. I've seen you go on live, and that's about it. Saw that you were picking blackberries. Oh my God, blackberries. Gee whiz, I remember going to, there is a blackberry repository about maybe 2 miles from me on the side of a mountain. I remember walking in with 5 gallon buckets and walking out with, covered, stained from head to toe, and couldn't eat another drop of blackberries. But I had 5 gallon buckets full. My brother and I would go out there. We'd take a shotgun with rat shot in it, just in case you ran up on a patch of snakes or whatever underneath these freaking blackberry bushes. But there you go. Yes, we have. Well, Wendy, if you would please call or jump in the live stream here. Blackberries. There's the StreamYard link. Yes, we have. There you are. So, I'm just like British Columbia. There was a update that I saw over on Jeff Nataloni's channel about that British Columbia gorilla skull or whatever it was. British Columbia. Oh, let me get that. Let me get that up. Talk about that. My eyes are bugging me for some odd reason. Bigfoot. If that is. There we go. Life science. We'll pop this up here. Now, from what I understand, this has been proof. Bigfoot skull found in Canada. From what I understand, this has been debunked. If I recall, Jeff Nataloni's channel debunked it. So, personally, I don't care if it's real or not, but we'll get this thing up here, show it off one more time. I've already talked about this about twice, I think, but we'll get her back up here and we'll talk about it. There we are. Jeff Nellon, fossil locator, looking at the pics, the bone clone's gorilla skull, but it's very close to the one AliExpress spotted on Offshore Oddity. Although it has this weird bone on the side of the skull. It looks like somebody's already tried to debunk it already. Which I'm not here to debunk it, say it's real or not, but it's fishy because one, this fella got a lot of promotion out of it, free stuff, which I don't blame him. Heck, I would do something like that. Well, I don't know if I would do something like that, but I wouldn't snub my nose about free promotions. G-Mass skull model, and then this one is the one with breaking news: Facebook, Instagram. Cody Peterson is claiming to have the skull non-human primate. British Columbia is talking about this as if it's real. And then right cropped additional picture from Cody Patterson's page. Notice the teeth are very similar in terms of wear and shape. So I don't know. Let's get this thing up here. Pop that up there a little bit and go over here. So this left one is from AliExpress. Don't you know how AliExpress is? If you don't know what AliExpress is, you can find that just about anything and everything at a cheap price over there on AliExpress. But let's go this way. Yeah, there we go. So whether this is real or fake, it doesn't matter to me one way or other. This guy, Coyote, whatever his name is, I want to say Coyote Ugly for whatever reason, but Coyote wound up losing G. What's up, brother? Hot. It's been a hot minute since I seen you. Be kind. What's up? Good to see you. Always fantastic. This is the one on the right is the Coyote British Columbia skull. And the one on the left is a picture of an AliExpress skull bought from AliExpress. A fake skull. And they're comparing teeth and dentures and whatever. I don't know what it is. So, what do you think is the British Columbia skull real? Hit one in the chat. Two if it's fake, or three don't have an opinion. I'm a three. I don't have an opinion. But 931-994-6917 open lines. We're just talking about random things tonight. And get this show on road. Yeah. And Don Cho says he knew it was fake from the start. I honestly don't really care one way or other. And that's everything I have ever said about that skull. I didn't matter if it was real or fake. Yeah. What mattered to me was it was getting a lot of free publicity and got hot and heavy about it. And then it had some sort of bullet hole in the side of it. So, Ollie says, I don't know. Barbie. Hey, Barbie, what's going on? Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. Go back to here. But it says left is AliExpress skull cast. So that's a casting. Right is a cropped additional pic from Cody Peterson's page. Notice the teeth are very similar in terms of wear and shape. Which, well, I don't know. Maybe it could be this. I don't know. It's the angle's off a little bit for me, but it doesn't bother me one way or other if it's real or if it's fake. The only big thing about this particular skull is it got promoted for free on a lot of channels. Got a lot of the oddities comments across most of North America. Radio stations and North America TV station as an odd story. It's possible that the Peterson has stumbled across a skull replica of a gorilla abandoned for unknown reasons. And I heard a bop. And Wendy Wilson's here. Hey, Wendy, what's going on?
Hi, Sean. Everything's good on my end. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine. Sorry I haven't been popping on your live streams here lately. I've just had a whole lot of stuff going on in the background, and I took a few days off of doing anything whatsoever. But what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, it's been hot, so I haven't. I guess the last couple of days I haven't been out, but last night, my husband actually heard tapping on the side, like our bedroom, by the window, and he heard 3 taps. And normally, like as you know, like I don't take my showers like late. But we changed the blinds that we have in our master bath, so now I'm a little bit more comfortable. So I had just finished taking my shower and I was out, just kind of in the bedroom drying myself when my husband like paused the TV because he was already laying down and watching TV. And he was like, did you hear that? But I only heard one, and he said that he heard like it was 3 taps. And when he paused the TV to hear more, like they stopped.
Wow.
So that's like the latest.
So are they still jumping on your roof and looking through your windows on top of
Yeah,
your roof?
um, I believe so. I haven't set up my camera to catch. I haven't seen them with the naked eye. I have a feeling that they still look through. Um, I did take a picture last week. My younger son was carrying our cat, and I thought it was the cutest thing because my cat was just kind of laying on his shoulder, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." I'm in pictures, and I took pictures, and it was already getting dark. Um, I hadn't closed the house down yet, and we have a tree by our windows, and I think I can see a face like in the trees. So,
Oh man.
um, can't really make it out, but I thought there was something there. So I kind of hurried up and closed the house down. So I think they do. I just haven't kind of set my
Ha-
camera to record.
Have they done anything, broke anything on the side of your house, or jiggled the doorknobs or anything like that?
No, I have not had that happen. Like I've gotten like fingerprints and smudges and this actually did happen. I think it was yesterday or the day before,
Mm,
which I don't know if it was a bird or not, but my cat was sleeping. We have like a little hammock looking bed. Um and then I have like swing of sand. And I was sitting on the swing of sand and I'm right there, next to my cat. And then she was sleeping. And then I heard like a loud like thump by the window. And it startled my cat. And my cat jumped up and she started looking out the window. And I started looking out the window. And normally, like, we have like weird, like, things like birds hit our windows. It sounded a little bit bigger than a bird. And I didn't normally, if they hit it, they, you can kind of see the bottom of, the side of the house. And sometimes they don't make it. Sometimes they're kind of lay there until they recover and they'll fly away. But there was nothing
mhm.
there when it's like right next to a tree. So I don't know if something was there and it was, letting us know that it was there, but it definitely scared my
I
cat.
Oh yeah. Well, I had when I lived at my other house where all the stuff with my leg went on. I had the bird smash into my freaking bedroom window every morning right at sunrise. Boom.
Yeah.
And spooked the living crap out of me.
Wow.
And I'd look and then, it'd knock its silly self out. And I'm like, oh, I hope it's not dead. And then it'll, shake itself loose, wake it itself up and then
Yeah, it
fly
gives
off. And
them a
then
few
next day,
minutes
boom.
sometimes.
Yeah, boom again.
Wow.
My bedroom
Yeah.
on that end of the house was 2 stories up, but I had entrance to my basement right there. Fall down on the concrete
Mhm.
little porch right there in front of the basement entrance. But I can,
Wow.
that thump versus somebody tapping. Should be a difference. Thump of a bird versus
Yeah, it's
somebody.
a different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah,
And
that
we
is.
thought like last night he was thinking, well, could it be beetles? Because sometimes, because the light in the bedroom, sometimes he was thinking like maybe it's the bugs. But the minute he paused like the TV and there was no volume, like it stopped completely. So I think if it would have been a bug, it would have kept, hitting the window. Um, it sounded like I only heard one, but he heard three taps. So, and that is different. It's different than a thump from a bird. And we do get a lot of, like I said, a lot of birds hit our windows. And they're kind of creepy because there was one incident where we had two completely different birds, like that
Mm.
lost their life. Like they were, they must have hit the window. And there was a little bird and a big bird. And they were just kind of dead on like the gravel we have. like
Mm-hmm.
right in front of the window.
Mm-hmm.
So that I thought that was kind of odd because normally we find one, but there's times where we found more than one.
So,
It
if
was
I
weird.
remember correctly, you had to put up electric fence around your, vegetables or whatever you're growing in your garden. Are you still having to do that?
Yes, but yeah, well, that was here when we bought the house. The previous owners
Oh,
did
okay.
have
Hmm.
they had it fenced in with an electric. Like we just kept it, and my husband did add. So they had it a little bit lower. My husband did add a little higher
Hmm.
because deer were still jumping like the fence and getting into the garden and eating our stuff. So he actually
Oh,
kind of
okay.
made it taller. So it's a little bit over
So,
6 feet.
do these Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever you want to refer to them as? Do they come over and mess with your garden?
I think they're in the garden. Oh, I did not post this picture. I was, was it yesterday or the day before? Um,
Hmm.
I was in the garden. I think might have been yesterday. Um, I was in there watering. Yeah, it was yesterday. And we have um, like a little, it's almost like a section where we have herbs, and then my husband planted like onions and there's dill, and in the middle I kind of cut off all the dill and I'm drying it. So only
Hmm.
on one side it's onions, and there's a footprint in the middle. Like we wouldn't walk on that because it's like a raised bed. We have like
Hmm.
blocks around it, and it's like a raised bed. And there's a footprint like right in the middle. I didn't share it, but I should have. And I was thinking, we wouldn't do that. The foot was a little bit bigger than mine, and my foot is like the smallest one in the house. My husband and
Right.
my sons, they're like way bigger. So I think it would have been a smaller one, and it didn't make a large indentation. And that dirt would be fluffy. Like you would definitely, if you step, you would sink just because it's a raised bed. Um, but I can see I can see a footprint. Um, they do get in there, but I don't have anything missing, or that I notice anything missing. Like we have plenty of vegetables and fruit and everything.
Hmm. Wow. Um, well, I'm glad they're staying out of your, except for that one footprint, staying out of your vegetables.
Yeah.
Are you still seeing these UFOs? I know last year you had a couple of stories about it.
Yes.
Are you still seeing
Yeah.
UFOs off your deck in the back, or what?
Um, my husband's the one that notices them. He's the one that catches them. Probably the last one was a couple of months ago.
Uh,
It was just this light that looked weird. Um, and I tried to record it, but it went past our trees, and I didn't get a good video of it. But I would probably say about maybe 2 months ago, a couple of months ago was the last time we saw one.
so what did it look like? Was it just a light that pulsed,
This
or?
one, yeah, it looked different than the ones that he has pointed out. Um, the other ones look more like a ball, and they change colors, and they look like they rotate, and they're weird. Um, this other one just looked like a bright light, but it was almost like going like it wasn't a plane. It didn't look like a plane. It was just
Mhm.
almost like a star, but it was moving, and it was moving kind of weird. I know we couldn't hear a sound, so we were thinking it can't be a plane. Again, I tried to record, but it went past our wood line, and the trees are tall, so I couldn't see it anymore.
So have you? Oh, here's a weird association, but there is
Mhm.
association with it with some of the data out there. Um, have you noticed any increase in activity with Bigfoot been around your property with these sightings of UFOs, or vice versa? Mm.
Well, I think that the Bigfoot are like they're here a lot, like they're constantly here. Um, the UFOs, I mean, I guess if we keep looking up, there are times I think that we
Mhm.
probably just don't notice it because we're not outside. So maybe we get them more often. Oh, I have captured, so maybe I do get them also often. Um, in the daytime, I kind of end up taking pictures of the sky just because the sky either looks really pretty or, and then I notice little black dots or oval shapes. Um, so I think that might be them because I don't see them with the naked eye, but my phone picks them up. So I'm
Oh,
thinking maybe, yeah, I see them probably more than because I always associate the lights, but I do see kind of objects in the sky. And I accidentally take pictures because I'm just taking a picture of the sky.
mm. Are you still seeing the activity around the tree line back at that shack? Well, I guess it's shack or utility shack or
My
whatever in your
yes,
backyard.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my shed. For some reason, um, there is before there was a marker, right behind my shed, and it was almost like a which I don't understand their markers or whatever they use. Um, we had it was almost like a branch, and it was bent, like a tree bend. It looked like a bow, and then it was kind of attached. It almost looked like it was tied with other vines to hold it, kind of in the shape of a bow.
Mhm.
And it was almost like right behind my shed. And then my husband cleaned out that area, so he took it out. Um, he cleared that out, but there's also weird placings of sticks around my shed. So, I mean, I don't know if it means like it's safe for them to kind of stand there without us noticing. I know I have like another um like structure of like and they're small sticks and they're kind of like weaved in at the base
Mhm.
of one of our trees at the corner of our wood line. So it's almost like if something stands there, you can really see our um garden and then our deck. So I don't know if it's like a marker for them to say, hey, we can watch, when they're on the deck and we can watch, when they're in the garden. I mean, I don't know. But I
Well,
do have mhm,
well, I have noticed. I've seen several of your pictures in the past that these things kind of blend in almost seamlessly with the
yes.
foliage around there. Is that something? If you actually do physically see them with your naked eye, does that transpose over to your digital camera or whatever, or your phone, whatever you use? Or vice versa, or you just think that you feel something out there and you snap a picture and you come back and it's like, oh wow, there's something standing there, or did you notice something and then snap a picture?
I actually have had both where I've noticed something and then I take pictures and there's something there. Um,
Hmm.
I've noticed, especially like when I'm mowing, they, for some reason, they get in the trees and I kind of get either like a fast shadow run, like almost like jump from like tree to tree.
Hmm.
I've also seen like a little leg go up, like where our cedar trees are. Um, one day I noticed like a leg kind of hop up into the tree, and I look and I take pictures, and then there's like a little dark. Um, it's harder to make out, but it's it's almost like a little dark smudge, like, in there. Um, Also, like, I would see it, and then I get a feeling of, like, something which that I still haven't completely understood why. Um, I can sense them. I can sense, like, if they're in our wood line or if they're in the cedar trees, and sometimes they're on both sides. So I just take pictures, and then I see this little, um, harder they're a lot of the times I don't kinda share just because 'cause they're a little harder to make out, but, it's almost like a little black head or, a little, difference of color in there, or sometimes you can really see the face. So I think it's both. I see them with the naked eye, and, I've also just kinda get a feeling that they're there.
That would be crazy, creepy to me, but since they're so large, obviously, I've seen pictures from your living room with these things
Mhm.
standing up, way up in the pane of the top window. Have you ever heard them walk? Obviously, something of that stature would have some weight to it. Have you ever heard any thumping while they're walking or running?
I've only heard Yeah, I have actually, you know what? 2 occasions. The first one, it was oh gosh, it was, Memorial Day. So, I had gotten up early because we were going to spend Memorial Day at my brother's house, and I was
Okay.
making cake pops. And, I had everything I had set everything up the night before. I just needed to finish kinda making them the next morning, so I got up early, and I think it was probably around 6:30 or so, and, I got up, I let the dog out, and, I figured, "Well, she's just kinda staying there, I'm gonna walk out with her." So I walked out onto the porch and, she's not going to the bathroom, so I'm like, "Alright." I had to kinda walk around with her so she could go, and then I'm standing on the side of the house, and I heard a sound on our roof. Now, at this time, I think it might have been, May of 2017 because at the time, I didn't think that they came here during the day. I thought they only came at night. So, I didn't think that it was them. I thought, "Oh, that's maybe a bird, it's, like, stuck on in the gutter because it sounded like it was, but then I thought, "But that's really loud." I heard a loud, almost like on the roof. So I looked up, but I didn't see anything, and then my dog takes off to the back of the house, so I'm following my dog.
Mhm.
So the dog goes to the back of the house in front of the garden, and then, she pees or whatever. So we come back to the house, and then on the sidewalk, I found, like, a footprint. Um, it was wet, and it was almost about the same size as my foot, and it has a very pronounced, like, big toe, and it looks weird because I put foot down, and I'm like, "Wow, that doesn't look like, the shape of my foot." And then I put my bare foot and then my shoe, and it looked completely different. Actually, I don't know if it was 1 foot or 2 that I got that day, but the only now looking back, I think that it might have been the little ones, and because it was a smaller foot, and they heard me get up, and they were watching me through the skylights, and then when I came out with the dog, they're thinking, "Oh, crap." And then they made noise to kinda distract me and the dog. So, when we went to the back of the house, it probably jumped off the roof, and that's when I caught, like, the footprint on the sidewalk. Um, that was one that I heard. The other,
Mhm.
time, it was, we were already asleep, and in the middle of the night, I woke up and I could swear like I heard footsteps on the roof. It wasn't very heavy. They were light footsteps. I think I woke up my husband and I told him, and he said, "No, there's nothing on the roof." So, but those are the only times that I've, you know, heard.
Wow. I've said this to you before, and I'm sure you remember that. That would drive me nuts. I don't know if I would stay around there, but I live in a haunted house myself, so I don't have room to speak
Yes.
to say that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to
And
have
mhm.
something stick its head, its eyes to look through a window at you, and to the point where you don't even go and take a everybody takes a shower once in a while. You don't take a shower until certain part of the day, and that just I don't know. That just drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I would be
that sucks.
you know yeah, that does suck, and I feel for you. I don't know. But it's your house and your property, and I guess you either deal with it or you can, you know, make amends or make peace with them. I'm guessing that you've made some sort of peace with these creatures, where
Yeah,
they
I
don't
think
fuss with you too much.
yeah, I think, I mean, they're quiet. They pretty much I guess if I don't pay attention or if I just mind, if I just go out like ignoring, then I, I I wouldn't know that there's anything there. Um,
Mhm.
I just get a feeling that they're there, so I take pictures, and that's how come, or I see them. If I didn't see them, then I can kind of go through life without even paying any attention. But um, they're not aggressive, or I mean, a tap here and there. I know that other people have, encounters where they're banging or they're slapping the house or jiggling doorknobs. I don't have that. So I
It's-
guess, you know,
It sort of sounds like they're you're their entertainment. Well, let's go see what Wendy and the rest of the Wilsons are doing tonight. Uh,
yeah. Yeah, because I think that if the lights are on, they get curious and they come look.
they come.
Mhm.
Have you noticed anything like if you're playing certain types of music or watching
Yes.
TV or whatever inside, or whatever activity you do inside that makes any noise or lights? Do you
I
notice
think they
any kind of
like
activity outside?
yes, I think they like soft music. I have there was one evening where my husband was playing I guess it would be Christian music. So he has it going on, and we're in
Mhm.
here, and I was singing in the house, and um it was in the evening, so it hadn't gotten dark yet. And so we're just kind of listening to the music and everything. And then it started to get dark. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start closing the house down. And then, my husband kind of turned off the music, and I closed the house down. And I just closed the back side. I was walking to close the front side of the house down when we heard almost like a noise, um, like almost on our deck. And we both looked at each other, and he said, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "Yeah." I don't think they liked that, he turned it off or that we were closing the house down. Um, I do get more, they get more curious, or I get more activity. Like if we are listening to music, this happened last week. I think it was last week. We were sitting on the deck, and he was playing Casting Crowns, which is like a Christian band. And
Mhm.
we were listening. I figured, you know what, I'm going to take pictures just because, there was a lot of lightning bugs and everything. And at the gate of our garden, it has like two solar panel things. So you can kind of see the gate because of two little lights above the posts. And I could see the little lights, and something appeared. And I didn't share that in my group. And maybe I'll go ahead and add it on there because I thought, oh my gosh, it looks like there's something. It almost looked like two beings were standing there inside the garden by the gate. And they were probably, it kind of looked like, to me, it looked like they were looking up towards the deck. So I do
Oh,
think that they like whatever music we play, which is usually, Christian music, worship music. Um,
okay.
I took other pictures, and that anomaly only happened in one picture.
Wow. I was actually I was looking through some old pictures of that's on my Mac here, and I saw a bunch of them from you from at least 2 years ago. Um, so
Yeah, I think I
you've been
sent
at
you a
how long?
lot.
Yeah, you shared a whole heck of a lot. So how long have you been at this property, and how long have you had this type of activity?
Yep. Um, we bought our house back in September. I think it was September 25th, somewhere around there, of 2014.
Mhm.
Um, we bought it, but we also own another house in Maryland. So we were kind of traveling back and forth. Um, and my kids were still in football. So my husband was like, well, he didn't want to get out of school yet because you know, still had the football
Okay, I don't know if that's my end,
team.
but your audio or my audio is
So,
failing. Can
um,
you hear? Can you hear me, Wendy?
December of 24.
Oh, well, my audio seems to be all right. Are you okay, Wendy? I can barely.
December
You're kind of
13 when years ago. It's been 6 years.
all right. So Wendy has a little bit issues here with her audio. So let me see if I can type
Oh, I'm
this
so
into the
sorry.
private thing.
Ca
That's all right. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you walking back and forth or what?
It might be my internet suck.
Oh yeah, my internet has been just crazy.
Can you hear me?
Yesterday, yeah, I can hear you now. My internet yesterday with
Okay.
Comcast was just crazy. It would pop in and then pop off and then pop back in, and then I get alert, hey, we got a down whatever, and it won't come back up for about
Yeah,
2 hours, and then 3 hours later, yeah, 3 hours later, it's
um,
still down.
we get a lot of issues here too. Like it cuts me out,
All
and
right.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you heard what I was saying about when we our house. I'm not sure where it cut off. But
Uh,
I'll see.
it's been
Mhm.
it's probably about a minute ago, minute and a half. So you
Okay.
started as
Well,
soon as you started getting into talking about it, and you kind of faded out. I don't know what, but hey, that's just kind of
okay.
crazy. You start telling the truth, and then stuff
Yeah.
happens.
Well, I'm getting we bought the house in 2014, September of
Okay.
2014, and
Hmm.
then we actually didn't end up moving until December of 2014 just because my kids had football, and we still own another house in Maryland, so we weren't in a rush to move in. Um so my husband said, "Well, let's just let them, finish, their football season." So they did. My kids finished out the season, and then we moved in, which would have been December of 2014. And then we went, I mean, that whole time since September, because we were constantly here cleaning the house and moving things here and there. We didn't notice anything. Um, 2015 came by. We didn't notice anything. It wasn't until February of 2016 when I started finding footprints. And so it's been about 6 years now since I've noticed that they're here. And I went the whole year, 2016, thinking that they only came here at night. It wasn't until probably early 2017, um, I would say spring, when I realized, oh my gosh, they come here during the day. So
Well, how many are part of this group or family, or what? Is it one family, two families, or is it just a bunch of stray uh, single type Bigfoot?
I think it's a family. And the reason why I think it's a family is because I've seen the babies. And the babies, I mostly see them with the naked eye. For some reason, I'm able to see the babies a lot easier than the bigger ones. Um, they leave different size footprints. Um, I have found footprints that are about no bigger than my hand, others that are 8 inches, some that are 14, 16 inches, 19. And then I found one that's 21 and a half inches long. Um, and I've seen different faces, and some look more monkey like, and some others look more human.
Hmm.
Um, and then I started to think, are they like, because I think it's a clan, it's a bigger clan. But then I think, you know how like people like tribes, you know how they kind of go visit, you know, like I guess it like other tribes. I wonder, do they do the same thing? And that's why I'm seeing so many difference, like a difference in more monkey and human. Are there other tribes visiting this tribe and vice versa? I mean, I don't know, but I think from the looks of them, the different colors and just the different faces, it looks like there's a lot in the clan. I couldn't tell you the number though.
Well, have you? I'm sure there's probably been one or two, maybe more, that you've noticed and recognized. Have you ever named them?
Yes, I get I I recognize like immediately just by the shape, of faces. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sean? Oh,
I can
okay.
hear
I
you. Can
wasn't
you
sure
hear
if I
me?
got
You good?
cut out or not.
All right.
Um, yes, I can hear you. Um, I recognize like there are some faces that look the same to me, so I do recognize like we get like the same ones um regularly, but there's also some that I've never seen before.
Oh wow! So have you nicknamed them or named them or say, "Hey, there's Charlie just popped up" or whatever?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten to that yet. I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet? Okay. All right. Well,
No.
vocalizations. Have you heard any vocalizations? Like, do they make
um.
gruff noises or try to mimic you singing or whoever's language?
Yes. Well, noises like the ones that you hear, like the Sierra sounds, or the noises that you people catch up in the mountains. I don't hear that. I haven't. Well, one evening we were burning brush with my husband, and by the river we heard like a whoop, and we thought, oh my gosh, and it sounded like it was by the river. Um,
Oh,
yeah, the other noises, it's more of like a clicking sound, like a language, like a tongue clicking. Um, and then we've heard with my sons like a soft grunt, like a ugh, but like soft. Nothing that, you hear where people say, they hear it and it kind of, they can feel it like inside of them, and it's so strong that it kind of knocks them down. Nothing like that. It's more of a just like a ugh.
oh. Get a question from Primal Cry for you, Wendy. Do you think that they
Mhm.
portal in through that special tree in your yard?
Um, you know, that's very possible. Um, I heard, I was told that that tree has a lot of energy, and I have seen them in there. And then when I go, I think I was doing a live one day. My husband and I were on the deck, and I saw a face, and I think I put it on my channel. Um, it looks like it's I don't know, it's a weirder looking face, and um, I caught that, and then I think I posted it in my private group, and then I think one of my friends was like, "Well, go, I don't know if they go check it out. I don't remember, or if I just went to check it out for myself because my husband was still on
Mhm.
the deck." And I went live, and I walked all the way down there, and there was nothing there. So I don't know. I don't know where he went. Um, and I did catch like in our woods. Um, my husband thinks it's a portal. I don't know. It looked like a smoke around a being that was like on all fours. It looked like it was on all fours to me. So it could. I mean, they might have other, not just that particular tree, but it could be just throughout my property. Maybe. Um, I know
Mhm.
people talk about rods, and I wish I can find them now because I know I have caught pictures of like a rod looking thing, like close to my cedar trees and in our woods, and now I can't find um, those pictures, but I don't know if those rods have anything to do with. Oh, I also um, I caught. Well, I saw it with the naked eye. I was grilling one evening,
Mhm.
and I was on the deck grilling, and in my cedar trees, it looked like there was a fire. It was a bright yellow light. I thought it was fire, and I thought to myself, "Oh my gosh!" Like my neighbors, because I have new neighbors, kind of like diagonally
Uh-huh.
past my cedar trees, and I thought they had started a fire. And I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, my husband's gonna be so angry because that looks really close to our trees." And I thought they're gonna kill our trees. So I'm looking at it and it's getting smaller and smaller, and it's turning into like a ball. It went from like a almost like a bonfire to like a ball. And I thought that's really weird. So I take out my phone. First I took a picture, and in my picture you can see the little, probably about the size of a tennis ball or a baseball. That's what it looked like by the time I took my phone out. And by the time I tried to videotape it, it was gone. Um, and then I there was nothing. Everything was dark in that area. And then when my husband was probably like 10 minutes away from home. So as soon as he came home, I went outside and I was like, I think, um, and I was thinking, uh, I went to tell him. I
Uh-oh.
was like, "I think, that our neighbors might be burning, and I think you're gonna get me mad." Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You kind of cut out there for about maybe half a
Okay.
word here and there, but
So
I can make out what's going on.
okay. So my husband came home and he was like, "Well, let's walk down there." And I was like, "Okay." So we both walked down there and nobody was home. Like there was no signs of any fire or anything anywhere near. And I was thinking, well, from the angle that I was looking at, it would probably have been inside our cedar trees. So whatever that light was, I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been an opening to something because while I was still grilling, when I was up on the deck, I started videoing our wood line and I caught a face in there. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that kind of stuff.
So was the face moving in the video or just one frame grab?
To me, it moved. Yeah, actually, I think it did. I think when I was zooming in and zooming out of the picture, and I think to me it did. And then I was cooking, so I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna burn my food." So I stopped and I went to check on my food. And then when I went to back to record, it was the same spot. It completely moved.
Lisa Ray wants to ask you: does she think her property
Mhm.
may be on a alignment with ley lines?
I've actually had people ask me if I think that there are any ley lines, because there's a lot going on. I honestly don't know if there are any. I would have to look into that. Um, I know I was told to go ahead and kind of look back and see any kind of history on the property. I think, you know, a lot of it, I guess with all the activity, there's got to be something here because I do have other stuff. And either there's a lot of energy here or I might be on a ley line. I don't know.
Well, ley
I don't
lines
know.
here
I
in the
mean, I
United,
don't.
ley lines in the United States are documented like they are over in Europe. So, you have to have I think a ley line has to have a couple of churches and maybe a graveyard and associated with it. I'll have to look that up. But
Oh,
ley
okay.
lines
I
are
don't
pretty
have
hard.
any church.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I
There's a. I
to
honestly I
find.
don't
Okay.
know. I don't know the definition. I'll have to look that up. I'll have let me. I'll remember that. Look up definition of a ley line and see if there's
Mhm.
anything through West Virginia or any other state in
Mhm.
the United States. We'll see, and I'll share that with you once I figure it out. But we'll see.
Okay.
Back to that yellow orb ball, whatever it is. Um,
Mhm.
Anybody else see it besides you? Did your husband see it? Your kids or any of that nature?
No, I was the only one. Yeah, I was the only one outside because I don't even know what my sons were doing. I think they were in the house. Um I was the only one out there on the deck. I like again, I thought it was a fire. I thought it looked like a fire to me. It started out like a bonfire, like it looked big, and I thought, oh my gosh, our trees are gonna burn. Um,
Oh
and I was
wow,
thinking,
that big.
they don't know what they're doing. Yes, and I was thinking at first, like I said, it looked like a fire. I thought it was my neighbors lighting their brush on fire, and I'm thinking, I can't believe I'm seeing it through our cedar trees, and I thought you know, they were gonna be affected, and I was thinking my husband is gonna be so angry if anything happens to our trees. But then it started to get smaller and smaller to where it was about the size of a tennis ball or a baseball. And I did catch a picture of that. Um, but it's hard to kind of see, but you can clearly see like yellow, like this yellow ball in by my jungle gym. And then it was gone.
There's always some activity around that jungle gym out there. You think that might be a
Yes.
portal place, or
Somebody asked me that. Somebody asked me if
uh-huh.
I thought that I think they were doing some kind of investigation and they thought that maybe it has something to do with my jungle gym where I mean we do have a lot of activity there. Um, I mean, would it be because of the bar? The shape? I mean,
Oh
I
no.
know we put
N-
extra legs on it to make it taller, so it's bigger than like your regular size. It's like an old school jungle gym. I think my husband's friend had it, and they were getting rid of it, and we actually got it from them, and it was at our other house, and I actually had flowering like rose bush, those climbing roses growing on it. And then
mhm.
we moved here and we brought it over.
Did
So,
you
I
put
mean,
any cameras out around your property, or I knew you had
y-
mentioned that to me before, but have you?
yes, yes. We bought a trail camera, and
Mhm.
it didn't. It caught wildlife. It caught an orb. It did catch some kind of weird things, but nothing to where I think they avoided that area once the camera was out. Wherever we put the
Mm.
camera, there was no activity. Um, and then the
Well,
batteries, they die and
here's a thought.
mhm,
If for your peace of mind, if you want to take use your bathroom at your whim instead of waiting until whenever part of the day, why don't you just set up a camera permanently, pointed out toward infinity, out toward your trees or whatever. So that would discourage any kind of peeping tom, to look through your skylight.
yeah, we did have the camera facing that because I the it's basically my master bath. So
Uh,
and then I know that they came to, because I've seen shadows with a naked eye, looking like almost like our bedroom window. So my husband did put the trail camera there, and then once he put it there, I didn't see anything. We also have a big floodlight, so I turn that floodlight on if I have to, take a shower at night or anything. I'll go turn that on because I know that they don't like the bright lights.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I need a floodlight out in my backyard. Actually, that would be another deal down the road. But floodlights, yeah, that is it a motion sensor or one that you actually have to physically turn on, or is it on a timer?
The one on our porch is basically motion, but the ones around the house we have to physically turn them on. So
Okay.
the one that
Wow.
would hit that bathroom, I would have to physically turn it on.
Hmm. Wow. Have they? Let's see. Have they left any kind of objects to say, "Hey, we were here, we were watching it," or sort of like going out and watching a movie or something. You leave behind popcorn or a popcorn bag or anything like that. Have you ever found something weird that's on? Why is that here?
Yes, a little toy horse, um, which is the craziest thing because my sons are older. I mean, my older son's 22, and then my youngest just turned 18. And this happened probably about 2 years ago, about a
Oh,
year or 2 years ago, where I found this little, which is the craziest thing because on the date that they placed it, it's a very, s- um, the date is very significant to me. It's February 11th, and I get depressed on that day. And that particular day, my husband was like, "Oh, you should kind of walk the property." And he always tells me to do things, so I don't think about it. So that day, he was doing something with his truck and trailer, and I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna walk outside." And I walk outside. I figure I'm just gonna look for footprints, and then I noticed that little horse. Um, it was actually right on the side of the house, right where I always check for footprints. It
mhm.
was left there. And I thought that was really, really odd because we have no little ones. And when we do get like grandchildren, they're not here very often. And I don't even think they had been here for a while mm, before I found that horse. I also found almost like an old nail file. It had some kind of plastic handle. 'Cause I thought it was really odd where I found it. It's I have 2 big, snowball bushes, and I love to
Mhm.
walk because it's almost like a path right behind them, a path between our wood line and those bushes. So I always walk that path, and that's where I found it. And I thought to myself, "What's it doing here?" And I picked it up and I put it on our picnic table. And I was gonna ask my husband, "Hey, did you drop this?" But it looked really old and it was dirty. So, I just left it there on the picnic table, and when I saw him again, I went to ask him, and I said, "I put it here on the picnic table," and it was gone. Like, he didn't see it because he had no clue what I was talking about. So, he didn't take it, but it went missing. Um,
Mhm.
I also uh-huh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was just said
okay.
to go along with your
Okay.
story.
Okay, I also recently found a rock, which is the weirdest looking rock. To me, it's kind of ugly. I found it on at the base of one of our trees, like in our wood inside our woods. We have a
Mhm.
gravel road through our woods, and I was walking the gravel road looking for mushrooms, and um, I noticed it, and I thought it was odd there, and it was almost like it was placed where you would notice it, and it almost looked like it was cut. Um, and the cut side was kind of up. picked it up. First, I thought, I didn't think much of it. I just thought it was an ugly rock, and I even went to show it to my husband, and it just looked weird to me. And then my mom mentioned, because I showed it to her when she came over to visit, and she goes, "It looks like one of those rocks that, kind of grow in caves." And then my husband started looking at it, expecting it like closer. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, it looks like one of those that grow like at the bottom, not the top, because the top ones are the longer, you know, they have longer, I don't even know what those things are called. But this, it had shorter ones." So I started to look it up. And then somebody was selling one on Etsy that looks exactly like mine, and they called it a cave rock. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, how did a cave rock end up here at the base of one of my trees?" So that's one thing. And my husband found, which, and this is, I guess, he said a turtle probably just died there, but he found a turtle shell right underneath one of our butterfly trees. We have, or it's like a
Hmm.
lilac bush or something. Yeah.
Mm. Wow. So, hmm. I remember that you had a series of photographs about some tufts of hair stuck in,
Yes.
I think, either a flower pot or maybe one of those wire cages,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the little
That,
hanging basket or something like
yes.
that.
I had the hanging basket right by my front door. Not by the front door, but right where, let me see, right by the porch where, okay, if you were to stand there, the way my house is built and our front door, and just the layout of the house, somebody could
Mm.
stand there and look through my front door into our dining room. So I think, and that's where I found it. I found it on it's a coconut husk. It's just like one of those hanging baskets, and I had it hanging on one of those metal, or, you know, like
Like a
iron
little shepherd,
bars that you hang. Yeah, like a shepherd
like a
hook.
little
Yes.
shepherd. Yeah, shepherd. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh. And now the hanging basket like came down like up to my shoulder. That's how, the hanging basket, that's how high it was, about up to my
Mm.
shoulder. I was watering one morning, and I'm watering the hanging baskets, and I'm looking, and there's like a tough, like it looked kind of grayish, like hanging from the coconut husk. So I went to get gloves and tweezers, and I took it out and I put it in an envelope. Well, I took pictures of it first, but yeah, I thought it can't be like a smaller, like a dog or anything, because it was too high up. If anything, kind of, and it didn't look like dog hair either. Like, I still have it in an envelope here.
Right. Wow. I'm just going to ask it because I think I know the answer. Have you ever
Mhm.
had anybody else look at it?
Yes. I actually have a
Oh.
friend who I would send him what I found, because my son and I, my younger one, we were in the cedar trees, and we saw what looked like hair up in the tree, and he was higher up. So he helped me get it down because he's tall, and we put it in an envelope, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. Um, I have found hair other than, other places, but because this one I saw it in the tree, and I sent him pictures, and he was like, "Oh, you should send it to me." He was going to send it to Dr. Jeff Meldrum or whatever. So
Mhm.
he sent it in, but Dr. Jeff Meldrum said, "Oh, that's some kind of like a moss. It's like a moss that grows, and I mean, I guess that kind of looks like hair." So it wasn't anything.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm trying to look for maybe some of those pictures that you sent me, and I don't know what. Nope. Is this it?
Okay.
Oh, I found the old poster that you and I had.
Um,
Oh, here we go. Let me see. Here is, let me see if I can get this. Get info, show picture. All right, we'll show this. Let me get this stop sharing screen and share this rascal out. This one looks like it's probably wintertime because you got a pair of boots on.
Oh,
So there
oh
you go.
yeah, that's actually the first footprint I have I found. That's
Oh, okay.
yeah. So yeah, it was a February back in February of 2016. It was the first one, and I thought that looks like a footprint to me. I can see like a big toe, and that one measured 19 inches long.
Well, I don't think I mine's probably a little bit over a foot plus, but I got a size 13, 13 and a half on.
Mm,
But Lord, 19 inches. That is
hmm
something. Let's see what else has I got here. I don't want to show all my pictures that I've got because well, there's nothing there that would be of interest to anybody. But let's see where else. Now that I've got that, here's another one. Wow, I forgot about this one. This is an interesting one. With you straddling between two footprints. Looks like
Oh yes, I know which one you're thinking of.
that one.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this one here, also, this one was in the fall, and I can tell you exactly when that one happened. Um, this is right by the jungle gym. This is in our cedar tree area.
Mhm.
My husband and I, the night before, he was burning brush, and we were kind of standing there, and he was burning brush, and I had a feeling that there was something, like we were being watched. But I was at the time I was scared. I'm getting close, I'm close to my husband, and he finished burning. The next morning, I was just kind of walking around, and that's when I found those footprints. Now, I did not measure those, so I don't know how big those are.
Well, you can see like the
But
pad of
if
that big toe right there really sticks out to me.
mhm.
Right there.
Yeah, and they I mean, if you look at it, they're huge. And the
Yeah.
way that if I wish I would have I don't know I don't think I sent you. So it was basically facing the fire. Like from the jungle gym and the cedar tree area, those two footprints were facing like the you can see like the um ashes and everything where we were burning the night before. So it was basically facing that. It was watching us.
Wow. Well, it looks like it's had been standing there for a while. You know,
Yes. So I don't know how long it stood out there, but I know I had a feeling that there was something out there. I mean, we didn't hear anything. We were just kind of standing there. We didn't
mm.
hear, or I didn't see anything. But it looks
Well,
like
it
two
looks like
footprints to me.
Lisa Ray. Yeah, Lisa Ray says she likes your boots.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So they're colorful boots. No doubt about it. Let's see if I can find anything
Mhm.
else here. Well, there. This is yours. Yeah, I think it is. We'll see. It's dated August
Okay.
22nd, 19. You had a on no, but Sean. All right, I think it's yours. Pretty sure it is, but it may not be. But if it is, there you go. So
Oh, it is
your
mine.
picture,
Yes,
yeah.
that's mine. That's actually
So
one of the first pictures I took of them. Um, you you see, like it almost looks like there's scratches on that tree, like
yeah,
that right there. Yeah, that measures like 7 feet up. Like the bottom of those scratches are 7 feet high. I went out there and measured it, and this is by the river. And we have a common lot in our neighborhood that we all can use. Because
mhm,
my property doesn't not have because I'm in the middle, it doesn't have river access. But the people behind me and in front of me, they all have like either river view or river access. So we just kind of go to the common lot to get to the river. So this was at the common lot. And this particular day, I heard a voice say, "Don't go." As my husband and I were there, I was taking pictures, and then we were getting ready to leave, and we were walking up a gravel road, leaving this area, and I clearly heard a voice say, "Don't go." And then I asked my husband, "Did you hear that?" And he was like, "Hear what?" He didn't hear it at all, but I heard a male voice say, "Don't go." And I went back to the house, and I was looking through my pictures, and
Mhm.
that was there.
Oh, don't go.
Mhm.
Well, apparently you went.
Yeah.
Okay, here is. I think this may be one of your face things. Let's see. Yeah, I believe this is a face picture. Pretty sure. Pop that up.
Yes. So this is in the same area. This is it's
Right
I
there.
to me it's a reddish one. Yeah.
Yep.
And to me it kind of looks like there's two faces there, but the other one it's a little lower than that orangey one. I can see two eyes, nose, and the lips, and I have seen that face before in other pictures. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
It almost
remember.
it almost seems like, mhm, but I
I
can see
remember that
two
one. That
eyes,
was just.
nose.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Eye, or if there's an eye, and there's an
Yeah,
eye, there's a nose. Definitely,
yeah, and the hair
I
is
can
like
see the
brownish
forehead.
red.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it almost looks like it has a part on the side of the hair.
almost. It's a ginger, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you can see the shoulder right here, right there
Yeah.
on the side. And then is
Mhm.
this one right here?
Yes, because they all okay, so it's always, like, more than one. Um, when
Mhm.
I catch faces, it's almost like one face you can see better, and then the others, eh, there's something else there with them. Sometimes you can make him out, sometimes you can only see a little either an eye or a nose. It's harder to make the others out, but they're never it's always like there's more than one.
Mhm. Wow. Well, I can definitely see something there. It doesn't look like a tree trunk. It doesn't look like a
Mm-mm.
bush. There's something standing there amongst that foliage that doesn't look like the foliage at all. So I
Right.
believe that is a picture of a Bigfoot. Definitely.
Yeah, if
Could
you
be
can see all
absolutely
the
wrong,
green
but it,
leaves.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is just, you've captured some crazy stuff for sure. I am impressed with you. I honestly, I don't know how in the world you live there, but I know it's your property and you've made peace with them, and
Yeah, I
it's just
know. Well, at first, yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, I was really terrified, and, um, my husband was like, "No, there's nothing here," like, we would like, well, at first he was like, "They don't," it's almost like they don't exist, um, and then my dad was like, "If they wanted to hurt you, they would have already done it." So, and
right.
again, I'm able to walk I mean, I guess oh, that's one of mine too. And now this is one of the weird ones because I think there's a little baby there, but we don't have a baby. And why would a baby be on the
Right there,
ground? Yes.
right there.
You can see like the little arm. Yes, that little head.
Wow, it's got
I
big.
don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. It does look like a baby, and
Like a baby doll
oh,
or
that
like a
is just
baby.
that is a weird one. Looks, it is strange for sure.
Yes. And that's right, the jungle gym is to the left of that. So that's almost like a tree that we you'll recognize the tree, like, it's right next to my garden. That tree, I
Mhm.
get a lot of activity on that tree also. It's, like, right, at the corner where the cedar trees begin, and my jungle gym is to the left of that.
Okay. Ah.
But to me, that's,
Like I
like,
said, she's
odd.
got, yeah, she has shared. I probably have. I think I've deleted some of them. I
Yeah,
may
I've
have
sent
put
you a
them,
lot.
squirreled them away. Yeah, you sent. Oh yeah, you have. I absolutely enjoy looking at them. Let's see if we find another one.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, well, here's the jungle gym. Oh, that's a strange one. I can remember seeing it, but it looks strange to me right now. Just looking at it. There you go.
Oh, yes, that's one of a little one that I actually saw that one with the naked eye. I was looking right at him, and he was looking back right at me. To me, it looks like a little one it almost looks like he has a onesie on, and he's trying to climb up the jungle gym.
Yeah, that is wow. I remember seeing it, but the detail to me looks different than what I recall it. But I remember seeing this picture, and obviously I've seen it before because it's on a freaking hard drive. So,
Mhm.
I, holy cow! There you go, folks. If you wanted to see something right there, something outside that jungle gym that she's got out there. Have Is this jungle gym one of those that you can pick up and move, or is it actually cemented into the ground?
Oh, no, you can pick and move it. We didn't, cement it in. We just added kinda legs to make it bigger, like, it taller so we can walk under. It's pretty much taller than, like the height of it is higher than 6 feet just because we can go right underneath it, but it can be moved.
Oh, you, she's got newer pictures than these. This is like 2, 3 years old, I think. Well, let's see. This is
Mhm.
from
Yeah, they're my
2019. And I'm
older.
sure it was slightly older than that by the time I got a hold of it. So that's at least a three
Yeah.
year old picture plus. So, wow. That is just one of those wild things. Wendy has been on my show at least twice and called in several times, and I enjoy always talking to you, Wendy. And I love those live feeds when I
Thank
can
you.
jump on there. If you haven't followed Wendy
Thank you.
on either on YouTube, she's got a Facebook place too that you go to, and sometimes she goes live. It's interesting to see what she's looking at. I think the last time you were outside your one of your windows looking at the gravel outside the window, I think, or at least one of them
Oh,
was.
I think,
But
yes, I think there was a footprint or something there.
yeah, so she's
Yeah.
always doing something weird every once in a while. You're like, I don't know. I'm still at odds. Would I live there or not? And then I think, well, heck, I live in a haunted house. Why wouldn't I? You know,
Hmm.
so no big deal with that.
It's pretty
Well,
here.
Wendy, oh yeah, West Virginia is absolutely wonderful. You can't beat the scenery. It's like here in Southwest Virginia. It's same thing, just different part of the Virginias for sure.
Mhm.
Let's see. Donnie chose if a chimpanzee can play Pac Man, I think Bigfoot can could. Okay, not exactly sure what that means. So, when's the last time you saw anything at all, or suspected something was going on?
Um, let me think. Well, I wasn't well, I'm trying to think when I caught it because my husband work in the garden and I was pulling weeds and he was like, okay, take it easy just because I had surgery a few years ago. And sometimes if I do too much, it affects me. So I can't be bending over too much. So
Mhm.
I was working and he was like, all right, you should go sit down for a little bit. And I was like, okay. And it was like hot and the sun was out and I pulled a bench underneath, like right by my wood line just because there was shade there. So I grabbed the plastic bench and I set it there and I'm sitting there and then I actually saw like hummingbirds fighting over the feeder. So I'm over there taking pictures and taking little videos of the hummingbirds. And then I went back to sit and I'm looking back at the videos when
Mhm.
something and like I had a thought like eh, this urgency that there's somebody behind me. There's somebody behind me. So I grabbed my phone and I started to take selfies, kind of like, towards, where I felt like there was something behind me. Then I turned around real quick and I looked. I didn't see anything. By the time I turned around, there was nothing there. So then I sat back down and I'm looking at my pictures, but it was bright outside, so I couldn't see. So I told my husband, I'm going to go in for a second. I just want to go see. I told him what happened. So I came in
Hmm.
and there was one right behind me, like right where I was sitting. It
Oh
was like in
wow.
my wood line. Yeah, and this one looked kind of brownish and looked more human. So that's,
All right. I found looks like a thumbprint or something like that on a window. Or is it a handprint?
actually I think that's a face. That's the first thing I
Oh.
found.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it. It does not look human at all. That looks weird. That looks I don't even know what to think. It's not human. I can see nose. I can see like droopy cheeks. I can see like a mouth, maybe even like teeth, and the eye. It's almost like the side print of a face, almost like the side smudge. Um,
Sort of like it
that's my
laid
front door.
its eye up against. Is
Yes, yes, yes.
yes. Okay. So it's pressing up against the glass,
The
which you got
glass.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah, you got beautiful glass there. But yeah, I could
Hmm.
see that. That sort of looks like, hey, I want to take a closer look. That is just that's just interesting to me, and still
Yeah, that
freaky.
that one scared me because that was the first thing I've ever found. Like first I found the footprints, then I found that face, like right up against my glass. Um, it almost looks like it has a flat nose and hairy face, maybe. I don't know. Um,
Hmm.
but that's the first thing, and that creeped me out. That just because it was like right up at the door, like looking in, and I think I heard it. I heard it the previous or that morning, I should say that morning, because I know my husband was working in Virginia, and he would get up. I think he would be up. He had to leave by 4 in the morning, 3:30 or 4, somewhere around there. And I would get up and fix his, lunch, get his coffee ready and his lunch. And I was in the kitchen fixing his lunch when I heard like a loud bang. And then I thought, what is that? And I thought, well, is it my husband that kind of like, getting his clothes out of the closet? Or because sometimes he said, the house does creak, and I'm thinking it's probably nothing because he always says, the house kind of makes noise, and he's like, it's just, all the wood we have. So I didn't, I left it at that. It's probably just the house, creaking. I didn't hear. Um, I think when I was fitting, because again, the layout of my house, if you stand right there and look like he was looking, you can look
Hmm.
straight through the dining room and into my kitchen. And I have like an island, a kitchen island, where I have my stove, and that's where I was standing. And you can see a direct, like a straight shot from that door to that kitchen island
Dude,
and where I was standing.
wow. Let's see. Let's see. Jean Paul just said something interesting. Let's see what this is. Jean Paul says, Sean, I did hear they found a dead dog man in Whitewood, Virginia.
Oh
Well, let's
wow.
see what that. Let me look that up real quick. Um,
Well, I can let you go, Sean, because I'm sure you got other
eh,
things and other callers, and I'm just taking up most of your time.
oh, that's all right. That's all right. Whitewood, Virginia. I don't know where is can't, that is right next door to me.
Oh wow.
Why have I never heard of Whitewood, Virginia? Dogman. Let's go, Dogman. That literally is just it's not that far from me. Cannon County, Virginia. I'm in Wise County. Dogman found. Well, let's see. I can't play it, but I. Oh, yep. This is Jeff Nataloni. All he's got is the actual. Mm, well, I can't really show this. It's not really saying anything about it other than it's just a aerial map of the roadways. So yeah, I will post the link to it though to Jeff Nanaloni's channel. He's a buddy of mine for sure. But Dead Dog Man right next door to me. Now there was a sighting uh, by a buddy of mine. What was that guy's name? Oh, gee whiz. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Give me just a second. I'll post this into the chat for the folks that want to see this that Jean Paul just said. Um, Denver Michaels. He's been on my show a couple of times. He's big into cryptozoology. He actually grew up in Buchanan County, Virginia, if I remember correctly. And I was kind of put back and said, well, how in the world did we not know each other? You know, two small counties, right? You know, off and played football against each other or whatnot. How did I not run across this guy? But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, there is Jeff Nataloni's little thing about the Buchanan County dogma, dead dogma. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that one. That's an interesting little tidbit there. But yeah, Wendy, what I'm going to probably do is I think I'm going to call it a night.
Okay.
I appreciate you popping on and being a part of the show. You really helped out the show quite a bit.
Well, thank you
If
for
you
having
want
me.
to grab, oh, thank you for being on here. It has been fantastic to talk to you. If you want to post your links or whatnot to whatever you want to post links to, go right ahead while I'm about ready to
Well,
sign
I'm
off
actually
on
not
here.
on. I can't get on there, but if I guess if they want to go ahead, my channel. I
Okay,
just
well,
started my channel, Turquoise and Sasquatch.
yeah, hold on just a second. Let me find. I'll post it. Let me find where you posted something earlier. It was right at the beginning of the. Let me turquoise and Sasquatch. Where are you, son of a gun? Anyway, I'll get it. Put it in the links in the actual description. I'll pop you in there and go from there. But I do appreciate you being a part of the show, Wendy. You have been a wonderful
Thanks,
friend,
Sean.
and you've been a wonderful
But
caller.
you have been
And
wonderful to me too. Thank
I
you, because
appreciate
you're
you
the only one.
greatly.
You're the one who got me talking. Like I think that you have a gift. Um, I know that I didn't let anybody know what was going on except for people close to me. Then I started listening to you, to your show Saturday nights, and then you were just so the way you were talking to people, and it's like, oh, I should call, and I mean, I should call in, and that's how I started calling in, and I opened up, because I think you
Well,
were the
I'm
only
glad
one
that
that I talked to for the longest time.
well, I love talking to you, and I'm glad I got you out of your bubble. You have been a great content creator for sure, and doing those live streams, I think I enjoy them for
Well,
sure.
thank you.
But I will definitely put your contacts and stuff in in the description of this show over on YouTube, and then go from there. But I appreciate you, Wendy. You have been fabulous.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And you have a
So
good
what I'm going
night.
to do, you have a fantastic night, and I'll see you guys Saturday night. But I'm going to go ahead and say a quick prayer and say a prayer for all the folks that is on the prayer chain. If you guys want to be on the prayer chain, you can either attach a request on the prayer chain over on my community tab on Chasing the True Sean G, or send me an email or call me. Sean G at imdarkwaters.com or 931-994-6917. Either or if you just want to do a private, and I'll say that's one of the things that God has put upon me, that whether I believe I need to pray for you or not, I will pray for you. So there's no wrong reason to pray. That's how I see it. But let's find this one real quick. And here it is. You want to stay on while I say this prayer?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes, I'll stay
Lord,
on.
okay. Lord Jesus Christ, in thy love and mercy, establish a perimeter of protection around Wendy, myself and all the listeners, and all our loved ones, those who pray for us and their loved ones. May the holy angels guard us and all our possessions, establishing a perimeter protection around us, rendering us immune from any kind of demonic influence. Ask that no demonic bondage, door, demonic entity, portal, astral projection, or disembodied spirit may enter the space of 100 yards in all directions of us. I ask that any demons within the vicinity, or any that should try to enter here, be rendered deaf, dumb, and blind, that thou would strip them of all weapons, armor, power, illusions, and authority, that thou would bind, rebuke, and disable them from communicating or interacting with each other in any way, remove them, sending them directly to the foot of thy cross. Jesus, Son of the Most High, I ask this in thy glorious and most holy name. Please, dear God, send your angels of mercy and protection and healing to Gracie, Julian, Jeff, Sharon, Guy, Patrick, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, Lakea, Razor Wolf, AJK, Claire Ellis, and Doll for spiritual strength. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
I appreciate you, Wendy, and you have been fabulous yet again. I'm always amazed that you have all this activity around, and you do it with such grace when you come on and you start talking about what's going on. So
Thank
amazing.
you, Sean.
It's amazing. Well, folks, Saturday night I will be back over on the Dark Waters channel. Same bat time. Dark Waters channel is the place to be. You never know. I might do a crazy live stream, something like that. I've been sitting on my back porch writing my books out on the back porch and trying to keep myself from being a menace to the neighborhood. But there you go. All right, folks. Well, God bless y'all, and I'll see you definitely Saturday. Who knows between now and then? But all right, here we go. And I'm ending the broadcast right now.